Oh boy, what a wonderful day of living in my basement. I hope nothing bad happens.
Howdy, partner. Have you ever wanted to be a Dead God pro?
How'd you get a car in my basement?
No off-topic questions. You look like somebody who needs some pro Isaac coaching.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm talking about teaching you and the viewers how to be a pro gamer and the best way to get Dead God in the Binding of Isaac. Tactical nuke incoming!
Dude, what is happening?
So without further ado, this is the Pro Gamer Guide to achieving Dead God in repentance! Hello everybody, and welcome to the Dead God Guide. I've had this video on the back burner for a while, and I meant for this to be out months ago. Yeah, it's about time that I finished this, huh? A final note before we start. Take this guide with a grain of salt. You can play Isaac any way you want, and I'm not here to stop you from doing so. This is just a fun little video I wanted to make to commemorate me reaching triple Dead God. If you want to see my final run to get triple Dead God, you can go watch that on my channel, and it'll be up by the time that this video is live. So, without further ado, let's get into Step 1. Do your daily runs. I am only putting this as the first step because it is key to not forget to do this. It will make your grind so much longer if you forget to do this. There are 3 specific achievements for doing daily runs. You need to win 7 times, 5 times in a row, and attempt 31 runs in total. This is at least 31 days that you will need to do the daily run. I would focus on doing the marathon first. You get the cracked crown from it, and it's an amazing trinket, and it's also the hardest daily run achievement to get because you have to get a 5-win streak. Step 2, the basics. I'm sure that most of this will go without saying, but you're going to want to unlock all the characters, floors, bosses. These are all the things that you are going to want to do first and foremost on your save file. You can incorporate some of the tips later in the video earlier on, that way you can get some unlocks done in this stage as well. You need to do this to unlock things like the Polaroid, which will help you go further in your runs. And also, while you are doing this, focus on building up your donation machine and greed machine to 999 coins. It will take quite a while, but make sure to chip away at it. This is important to keep in mind for unlock, but also for unlocking Keeper. You will also need to be on the lookout for the missing poster trinket, as you needed to get the lost, and you will need to do a special mom shovel run as soon as you can to unlock all the special characters. And so once you have all the characters, all the final bosses, all of that, you can move on to step 3, character specific unlocks. Now, you're going to want to focus on finishing your sticky note for every character. If you're unfamiliar with the game, the sticky note is a little box that appears on the character select screen right up here. Each of these marks on the sticky note are symbols that represent major fights that you can take in your run. This is by far the longest part of the grind, unless you cheat it with co-op mode, but I won't get to that just yet, as it requires you to use every character to beat every boss that is tied to a mark. This is especially difficult for characters like Tainted Lost, who will get turned into dust by a single misplaced air molecule hitting them the wrong way. There are some tips to make this part a bit easier though. Boss Rush, Hush, Mom's Heart, Blue Baby or the Lamb, Megathane, and Delirium can all be fought on the same run. If you just so happen to get an insanely lucky start on your character and manage to find C-section in the first item room, focus on getting angel deals and make sure to go through Mega Satan Path to ensure the most amount of marks for that run. And then after that, there's a 50% chance that you will reach the void. This is really important to keep in mind if you're just starting out on a character and you know that you can make it down there, because this is the most amount of unlocks that you can get for a character in a single run. Though, If you already have Blue Baby, the Lamb, and Mega Satan marks done, make sure to go towards the Void through Hush, because Hush is the only place where it is a guaranteed spawn, and if you go through the Mega Satan path, there is a 50% chance, and it might fuck you over, because this game has really bad RNG sometimes. Though, there are actually a lot more illegal methods to get around some of the annoyingness of character unlocks. Cheese and mods. There are quite a few bits of cheese to use when getting unlocks with all of the characters. For those who are not familiar with the gamer vernacular, cheese, to have bent the rules of something in your favor, particularly a game. I cheesed my way through that Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Thank you to BuzzGrant on UrbanDictionary.com for that definition. I'm giving these tricks a separate section of the video because some people may see these as cheating. It's kind of loose, but some people might not count dead gods that are acquired with these as being fully legit, even though you can legitimately get all the unlocks with them with no restrictions. All I have to say about that is play the way you want to play. It's just a game, so enjoy yourself and have fun. And if you want to get the unlocks using some fun little methods or mods, go ahead. The easiest and most effective cheese to use is the co-op cheese. The co-op cheese requires you to have at least one spare controller to use, but can take multiple to make it more effective. All you have to do is start a run as a character who you're comfortable playing with. Perhaps the game is too tricky for you, and so you have to play as Azazel. Then you're going to want to spawn in either one or multiple co-op friends with your spare controllers, and then select the characters you desperately need unlocked for. Here we have Tainted Lost as our co-op buddy. Now you can play the game completely solo and just ignore the friend, and when you beat any of the bosses linked to completion marks, it'll count for all characters currently in the run. Another quote-unquote cheese is mods. After you defeat Mom at least one time, the world of modding will open up and allow you to get unlocks while having them activated. There are many mods to help you along your way. One of my favorites is Run Continue Past Mother, which allows you to go to the Void, Shoal, or the Cathedral after beating the Mother boss. I honestly would highly recommend this mod because it makes runs a lot more fun because you can keep a crazy run going after you defeat Mother. But it also does allow you to keep getting unlocks after that. There are many mods that are like this that will just make your life easier and therefore getting unlocks. Hell, there are even mods that will allow you to have all the characters unlocked as long as you have the mod installed. There are mods that give you extra items on start, or just make the first item room better. There are so many mods that are helpful to completing your save file that I genuinely don't think I could list all of them in this video. There are a few other cheeses like Tainted Cane specific clicker and Archy cheese, where you could use a Tainted Cane's bag to craft clickers and Archies so that you could constantly restart runs to complete all the unlocks, or you could use the clicker item to change your character to make it so you can get unlocked after making a crazy build with Tainted Cane. But these only apply to older versions of Repentance and are not possible to do anymore after the Tainted Cane changes. There are also probably a lot more cheeses that I don't know about that would be more helpful for completing achievements and whatnot, but I don't know them, so I can't put them in the video. Whoa, okay, and so now that that little tangent is over, it is finally time to move on to Step 4, Challenges and Final Achievements. After you've finished all of your character marks, there's not really much left for you to do. The next thing that you will need to do, if you followed this order, is challenges. There are quite a pretty few hard challenges, like Ultra Hard, Bloody Mary, Hot Potato, and April Fool, to name a few. By this point, you should already have a few done, because there are some special unlocks from the challenges that you're probably going to want, and this part isn't really hard, as it is just time consuming. You don't have to save the challenges for last, you can really do them as you unlock them, or whenever you want to. But I just put them here because they're not as important as the other stuff I mentioned before. After you're done with your challenges, there's probably a few specific achievements that you don't have. They are kind of hard to get unless you are specifically going for them. So, Here is a special segment over
Achievements to keep in mind as you grind. Rapid Fire Edition!
a bandage and Super Meat Boy. Find the items while playing greed mode as Lilith. They spawn in the shop. Use box of friends to duplicate them. Counterfeit coin. Play shell game every time you see one. Blood bag. Use blood donation machines when you can. 5 Nights at Mom's. Win 3 times with 3 separate characters in a row. It's the key. Don't pick up key. Beat the lamb. Rerun. Just victory lap 4 times. Huge growth. Farm for blank card in greed mode. It spawns in the shops, and you can easily buy cards until you find strength, then spam it in the greed room. Moving box. Remember when you find Pandora's box to go to the dark room. Marbles. Spawn as Lazarus with the pill unlocked, and restart until you get gulp. Spend the rest of the run finding as many as you can. Plum flute. Don't shoot plum. Charge penny in old capacitor. Donate to battery bombs when you see them. Blow them up when they don't pay out. That concludes the
Achievements to keep in mind as you grind.
segment. And now we move on to the final step. Now that you have all the achievements done, there's probably 1 or 2 things left to do. Finish the bestiary and the collection book. The bestiary isn't too bad to finish, and you'll probably have it completed by this point without even trying. If you don't, you can look through it and find all the enemies that you're missing, and then go to the Binding of Isaac wiki, which I will have linked in the description for those who need it, to go and find where all of these enemies spawn. Once you know where they spawn, you can easily go to your run there and just look for them. The real hard part of this is the collection book. This grind is probably the most annoying in the game. You know that item that you never picked up a single time because of how much you hated it? Well, have fun actively trying to find it because it was never put in your collection book. And now, it's never gonna show up because you want it now and you can't get it. My tips for completing the collection book are very simple. Use the wiki. As I mentioned before, I will have it in the description for those who need it. It's very comprehensive. It has everything that you'll need. And they even have a recreation of the collection book page that lines up perfectly with the one in game, so that you can line everything up and know what items you need. Look at this page, see the items you're missing, pay attention to their item pools to see where you have to go. Start by hunting down the items that spawn in greed mode pools. They are the easiest to reset for, and while you're doing this, make sure you use a character that starts with a bomb so you can look for the secret room. Most of the items you'll be missing will be from the secret room pool, so actively search for them. If not, finding a death certificate will be immensely helpful for you. For the items that do not spawn in greed mode, or are easier to find by resetting a normal run, just play until you find them. This part will be very time consuming if you have a lot of items left to collect, because there are a lot of items in the game, so it's very hard to find one specific item, so just be patient. There are a few items that are exclusive to certain small pools. The dollar, crystal ball, blood bag, redemption, and scatole are particularly annoying. These all spawn from a specific machine that you will have to farm until you get the item. The biggest helping factor while hunting these items is to use Cain. Luckfoot grants him better odds for these things to pay out. Just look as hard as you can for these machines and spam them with Cain until you have the item. And so, there you have it. If you've done everything right up until this point, you will now have Dead God. So, yeah, have fun. I hope you enjoyed this silly little guide I decided to throw together. I'm sorry that I haven't uploaded in over a month. It's been a rough time for me, and I'm just now getting my motivation to work on YouTube back. I have quite a few things planned for my channel in the future. I am streaming more. I will try to be live every other day if possible, so be sure to subscribe to see when I'm live next. I will be streaming Pokemon's new DLC, Mario Wonder, Minecraft, all of that fun stuff. That is all for my special message, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.